Welcome to Chalk and Cheese Podcast. One DJ, podcast, one comedian, and two other guys. Chalk and Cheese. Come on.
Begging it.
Listen, I've got some questions from people in the podcast.
Questions, more questions. It's after 9-9, huh?
Shut up.
It's a topic.
Shut up. Stop moaning.
It's by Susan_M. She wrote in, she said, why are there so many single females? Where are the males at?
In jail.
What kind of question? I wouldn't answer that.
Jail. She wants to know why there's so much single females.
There's more women than men anyway. That's the first thing.
There's more women than men. There's a lot of men in jail.
And because there's women trying to keep their pum to themselves.
Men die. There's a lot of gays.
No, there's enough man to fuck them, but they've just hold up the pussy. There's enough jealous hold up the pussy.
I agree.
There's enough man to fuck them.
They don't want fucking. They want a man. They want a. When girls ask that, they don't want just sex. They want a man.
Do you know, they're not gonna get that because the sex sells.
What the fuck?
Remember that was back in the day. Relationship. Now no one wants a relationship. Man, gal and man was all the fuck. See you next week if you're available.
That's you.
All right. So someone's asked us. Mansour the Great has said, how has doing the podcast impacted your personalities and views of things in general?
I think you look at things different. You definitely look at things different because you look at things I look at things and think, well, let me tell the man them this. So I start looking at things from a conversational standpoint. Do you get what I'm saying? So I look at things to bring to the podcast and talk to the man them about.
But do you think that? But Ceesix, do you think that the podcast has shaped parts of your personality as well?
What I think it's done is I think it's made me realize that there's some idiots out here. Some idiots. And some of the man them that I respected from a long time. Yeah? I don't respect them no more because they must spend.
Why? Because he lost the argument.
They must spend. No, I'm joking.
A serious question.
No, I'm joking.
No,
I'm joking. I definitely feel like I've learned a lot about myself. Because like as time, I have a lot of conversations with people, but not so regular. You get what I'm saying? So now I have a conversation and I start realizing, okay, well, I'm very opinionated, extremely opinionated. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And I feel like I can only take on someone else's opinion if they make perfect sense to me. Because it's like I got a filter, like a block. So if you're telling me your opinion, I don't care about it until it makes sense to me. So it's not a great trait. I'm not saying it's like a fantastic trait, but it's something I learned. Something that before the podcast started, I wouldn't even have been able to say that that's what I'm like. Do you get what I'm saying? So
do you think you've grown then?
I think I've grown a lot, especially like if I compare myself now to like when we first started the pod. Yeah, I've definitely grown. Definitely grown. Respect. And that's a good indication to say that, no matter how old you are, no matter how set in your ways you are, you can still grow. And this pod is also, I've gained like some great friends. Like you lot are my brothers. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So like, obviously, I've learned a lot about you lot as well. So like,
what about you, Diz?
Same with
Ceesix.
Ceesix.
Impacted your personalities and views?
It hasn't impacted my personality. I'm still a piece of shit. But what it has done is I'm with you guys are great. I'm with some great guys. So everybody's powerful in their own right. Everybody's an alpha male in their own right. Everybody's taking care of business in their own right. So I could take a pinch of Ceesix, a pinch of Chris, well, just a little pinch of fucking.
They don't take too much of a pinch or it'd be disappeared.
Yeah, pinch of Kane and then Rhea. So what I've benefited from this podcast because the podcast is like a battlefield. It's like you have to be tough or you be thrown out. It's either sink or swim. So I'm swimming right now, and being with you, I benefited in the way that I'm more savage in my comedy. I'm more with it. I'm more hungry now. I'm more confident. I'm more better. I'm more I'm more confident. I'm more. You understand? I'm more of who I used to be. I'm Dizzle.
You're just an
now.
improved version of what.
Yeah. I'm Dizzle times 5 now. You know what I'm dealing with. And that's the same thing Ceesix says. I've got friends, and I can say you lot my friends because I know you lot in and out. We cuss. I know like who's the moistest. I know who's the baddest. You know what I'm saying? I just know everything. I know I'm the wickedest out of
You think you are. That's the
All
problem.
right. Who's the? All right.
I'm not
We'll come
the
back to
baddest.
that.
I'm not the baddest.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
100, hands down. Hands down.
We'll come back.
Active.
All right. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
Active right now as we speak.
All right.
Brother, I'm in Tottenham right now. How about that? I'll come to your
You're
yard
not
right
in Tottenham. Tottenham ain't got them posh hotels. We're ghetto.
All right, I'm on the outskirts.
We got
I'm on the
hotel.
outskirts.
We don't do hotel with G's.
He's in Golden Green.
G's curtain.
The G's hotel there.
I'm in Tottenham now. I'm in Tottenham right now.
Tottenham to the ham.
What about you, Kane?
Yeah, man. I think it's a this podcast as, and by the way, Mansa, he's the guy who does my social media. Like, he's good, very good guy, man. Nice guy. Yeah, I'd agree with you with Dizzle and Ceesix. What it's also done, I think, for me, like Ceesix said, I don't speak to people regular, like a lot, have long conversations with people. So going in deep conversation with people and kind of exploring certain things and finding out about my personality. Like I haven't changed, but it's enhanced me. There's certain things. Remember, I don't do stuff in front of camera. This is you lot's world. So for me, that's what I've got used to, just talking to a camera. So yeah, man, it's definitely improved me, man. I out of all of you lot, I respect every single one of you lot. Every single one of you, man, and I would do a lot for any of you. If any of you lot were in trouble, I'd help you out.
I doubt that.
No, you see, that's why. Do you know what?
Don't try me. Don't sound good. Don't try to sound good.
No, remember the brother asked him the other day for money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, sorry. Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We've seen your side. We've seen your side. Yeah.
Not to you lot. I wouldn't do that to you lot.
I don't know. I can see you doing that.
You're the last man I'll call.
I wouldn't do that to you, man. I wouldn't do that to you, man.
I'd rather beg someone.
Listen, Chris, you prefer to sleep in your socks. Your big sleeping bag socks.
I'd rather sleep in my baggy Rouse Clark socks.
All right, Chris, what about you?
Resilience, man. Like, because usually, like, if I roll with the mandem, if they piss me off in it, I don't chat to them for years. That's how I've always. That's how.
That's what the mandem, you know.
If someone pisses me off, I just won't chat to no one. And that's it. But with you, man, I've learned to have to come back and deal with the fucking pressure of man cussing or whatever. It's made you, it does toughen you up, blood. Honestly. You get
Definitely.
This podcast is like Cottons.
Just raw.
Yeah, like Chris, I don't think Chris, you never used to come Cottons, did you?
Nah.
Did you? Right. Cottons was, if you did well at Cottons, that joke's a banger. Like, or that set is a banger. You do it in front of an audience. So this is like the stomping ground. Like, this is, like Dizzle said, this is like a battlefield. You come here, you don't know what's going to happen, but you know that people are going to be firing shots at you. Yeah. You understand? You know
today might be your day. Today might be your day. Tomorrow might. You understand?
Right. So I'm coming in there. I don't know if I'm going to get shelling today. I don't know if I'm going to get a victory. I don't know. Yeah. And so for me,
it's changing again. What are the 5 most important things in a relationship?
5.
Trust.
That's too much. 5. That's too much.
Yeah.
Sex,
trust,
communication,
compatibility, sex.
Too much 5s.
Nah, man, you gotta listen. You have to be friends.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You have to trust. You have to have trust.
Yeah.
You have to have good sex.
Yeah, them tree.
Yeah, you have to have good sex. And the other two are not as important. The other two are fluid. Like different things are like will work for different people.
Communication, though, that's very important.
That's being friends, though, isn't it?
But you know what's funny?
You're right. And what's the thing? What's the word? Compromise.
Yeah. Compassion. Yeah.
You ain't got none of those things. So I don't know how you just talking about them things, Chris.
But that's why you're single, DC. That's why Dizzle's single, because you can't compromise.
I
can.
Get
me wrong. You don't really get me wrong. I'm a good guy, bro.
That's what I'm saying. You don't get me wrong. You don't get me wrong. I'm
sorry. So I will get you wrong, but you don't get me wrong.
Right.
You are wrong, Chris. I mean, Ceesix.
I'm just wrong.
You're just wrong. Wrong turn. If you was in Jamaica, they call you wrong turn.
That's a wrong turn.
So what? No one can get number 5, no?
Nah.
We only got 4.
5 guys.
Friendship,
To 5 guys.
trust, sex, communication, and
Compatibility.
compromise.
That's friendship.
And compromise.
And cook. She better can blood clot cook too.
You better can cook.
Compromise. You got to be able to compromise. Respect.
Compromising that you give me cake away today, but I want food tomorrow.
You see this takeaway thing, you know? People spend enough money on takeaway, you know?
Yeah.
I used to spend a lot of money on takeaway, you know?
I know.
I've done a budget for
Okay, what the fuck was you cooking today, though? Okay, look like you look like you do and just put a Scotch bonnet on top of it.
Little bit of garnish on the shit, like.
You know what the worst thing? This is the worst. You know what the worst thing is, yeah? This is the worst thing. This is the worst thing about this, yeah? No. I want you to taste my food, then you can judge it, innit? You can't
I know it
judge
tastes good because I know it's got a Scotch bonnet. I know it's got, you can't lose. You can't lose.
No, but it's like a girl trying to judge you before you put on your fucking Mr. Potato outfit, your glasses and your hat and your like, you understand? They might say, "Oh, what's this shit? What the fuck is this shit?" But when you get the whole thing on, it's like, "Right, it's Dizzle." Okay, you understand?
Whatever. You can't make
No, what was it?
Before finish and they judge it.
What was it that you was cooking?
Standing there naked and you expect the girl to judge you the same as when you get your clothes on.
It's cooking pepper shit.
Brother, the girl's not gonna judge you the same. You're showing her a stretch mark and she knows Dizzle. And you're man, they're standing there trying to hide his moves and shit. Like, come on, man.
Wow, that really touched the M string of your finger.
Hey, you see Kane, you know? You see Kane?
That's the M string, Kane.
Kane has got the most fragile ego out of all of us.
Yeah, that's
no way.
You see, if you
Yeah.
step on Kane's corner, he will rip into you like he don't like you. Yeah, that's what he does because he's so fragile. He's trying to fuck up man's confidence and shit.
But he can't because I know that he's cooking pepper shit, so he can say exactly what he wants.
You're the human version of that with your clothes off. You're the
but at least
with your clothes off. You're the human version.
I'm not advertising it on Instagram like I'm doing something right. I'm not advertising on Instagram like I'm doing something right.
You should
like I'm
right.
Top Chef. Yeah,
so basically,
I'm not Chris. So you don't see me doing Chris stuff. Yeah, you're moving like you're Master Chef. You're not Master Chef.
You haven't tasted my cooking.
I said, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
The man,
I'm a bad boy cook.
Fucking.
What was you cooking? What was you cooking?
I don't know.
Vomit and pepper.
You know what's pissing me off? You know what's pissing me off about Dizzle? Dizzle was asking Yardie for cooking tips about a month ago. Go fuck yourself. You're a big man.
I was making him feel like he could cook.
How did you do that?
I was doing that. Yeah, I was making him feel
asking
good.
Him, where did he get
all right, Kane, seriously, what was that? What was that?
There you go. Remember, the whole of Instagram is asking what it is.
My food was fan-fucking-tastic. It was gorgeous.
Kane don't even know what it was. Kane just pissed in the pot.
I don't know what it was. But let me tell you something. It looked better than you with no fucking clothes on.
Look at that.
It looked better than.
It looked worse than me with no clothes on.
No, brother. 100%. No, I don't think so.
That is horrible. If I get that food's called domestic violence. You go home and see that. You go coming from work and see that.
You lot don't know. You don't know. But it's all right.
Look at that. This is what Kane lived for, you know. Look at this shit. Look at that.
What's that?
Scotch bonnet. That's what she said. You're not cooking Scotch bonnet, but that's what you live for. You live for compliments like that.
Do you know what? This is the problem.
No, he put the Scotch bonnet in just to make. He'll put Scotch bonnet in cottage pie just to try and make it feel Jamaican.
You see that? Look at that. Scotch bonnet and curry sauce.
No,
but this is
Scotch. I don't like. Someone said Scotch bonnet.
What did he say? I can't read it. I'll go on my phone.
They said Scotch bonnet in curry sauce.
Can I just say something? Can I say something?
What is it? Just say what it is.
This is the problem, right? You see, when I cook, I cook from my heart. If you taste my food, then you'll know.
All right, what was that? What was that?
Process.
All
One
right,
day,
cool.
we need to do the cooking challenge. That's what we need to do. Just get it out of the way. Then no one can say.
But what is that? What was that?
That was a bowl
question. No, I'm not doing no tea.
It was a
no
bottle
teasing.
of laxative. Yeah.
No, seriously, what was it? What was it?
I'm not talking about my fucking food. Yeah.
But you put it up. You put it up.
It's not called food. It's called laxative. You cook laxatives. Yeah.
That's exactly what I cook. That's what I cook. And it looked just like you. Just like laxative. You. Fucking yellow with fucking green
you
things
eat that, you shit out the hot.
You fucking tattoo disease.
See that food? Hey, that food come like, you know them thing that colander that clears out the whole of your system. That's what that food that clear out everything.
It's called a colonoscopy. You fucking idiot. The colander.
That food, the way that food clear out, that food will clear out AIDS.
Anyway.
You eat that food, you shit out AIDS. You shit out the AIDS. You look us around. What that?
Listen. Hey, now, listen. All right, listen. But let's move on. Now, I got one thing last to say. I don't know if you lot know, yeah. But
we can see your brain from here.
Oh, fuck off, you wanker. No, but seriously though, this can cure corona, you know. This is the vaccine. This is the vaccine.
That is funny. I'm not gonna